Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Live with me, Doodles. And tonight we're going to be joined by JJ and Mama from the Detecting Smiths. But before I bring the Detecting Smiths on, I just would like to say thank you very much for coming along and joining the stream tonight to support the Detecting Smiths. It's very much appreciated. So, without further ado, we'll bring in the Detecting Smiths. Hello, how are we doing?
Hey, everybody.
How's your day been?
Good.
Good.
It's been a good day.
We've got some things done. JJ went detecting with his friend.
Nice. I like it. Get out detecting before the lies. I like it. So, obviously, under the current climate, obviously COVID and that, how's it been over in the United States for yourselves with the virus and stuff?
We live in an area that's not really, I say in an area directly in the county in which we live, hasn't been really affected by the virus as much. But we work in a county that's south of us, and the county that we work in has been seriously affected.
A lot of the counties along the coastal line of Mississippi, they're at higher numbers than it is, up off the coast where we are.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's someone in some way that's been affected, and it's been extremely tough for a lot of people over here, just like everywhere else.
Yeah. We've only just today in Scotland lifted the 5 mile travel distance that was advised. So now we can actually travel a little bit further for leisure activities. So hopefully we'll be able to go to our further away permissions, etc. So we can do a little bit of detecting.
Yeah.
So do you just want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself first? Just the ones that may not have you subbed?
You want to start?
I'm Melanie, also known as Mama on the Detecting Smiths. We live here in South Mississippi. We have three children. You've seen them, maybe not. Gecko, LK, and Shell Bell. Those are our three kids. And you want to tell them about you?
Yeah, the kids have been in some of the videos. They really got into it whenever it first started. But whenever they wasn't finding gold and silver and diamonds, it took a little bit to keep their
Attention?
to keep their
Yeah.
attention. But
Yeah.
they really love to participate in the mail call, so that's kind of their fun thing.
Yeah.
But I'm Jason. Everybody calls me JJ. Some people call me Jay. But I've been detecting now for probably about a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I take my little boy out for the first time last weekend, I think it was. He lasted an hour, and then he just
How old is he?
4.
4. Oh, we have a 4-year-old too. I know. The attention span of a 4-year-old is about 5.2 seconds, and then they're done.
Yeah, exactly. That was Ewan's what's the word? Attention span.
Yeah.
Yeah. After I think it was about the third hole, that was it. He just wanted to sit and play on rocks and stuff like that. So very little
Mm.
detecting got done that day.
Yeah, I was detecting, especially with him. What I've noticed whenever we've brought him along, it's more of, okay, where is he? What is he doing? What's he getting into? What's he going to hurt himself with? So I don't really get a lot of detecting done because I'm always in mom mode, and I'm always, making sure that the kids are okay and not playing in the road or whatever the case may be. So it's difficult.
Yeah.
He usually doesn't get too far from me because I'm having to call him back and tell him, bring me back my shovel or bring.
Yeah, it's the pinpointer for me. He absolutely loves it. Rather than the detector, he just wants to pinpoint everything. It's like that. Oh, nuts. You know what I mean? But you've got to love them. You've got to love them. So how did it come about? What got you into metal detecting then, and who was the first into the hobby?
I guess that would be me. That's just something that I've always been interested in ever since I was a kid. Always wanted a metal detector, never had a metal detector, never thought I could afford a metal detector that would suit my needs. But what was a couple of Christmases ago, she got me a gift card, and for one of our sporting goods stores here, and I went and bought a Bounty Hunter Quicksilver. And I said, I'll just use this. I'll try it, see if I like it. If I like it, maybe I'll upgrade to a new machine. I think I started detecting with the Bounty Hunter January the 1st, and by the end of February, I had purchased an AT Pro.
Ah, nice. So your first detector was the Bounty Hunter, and now you've upgraded to the AT Pro. Nice.
Yes.
I seen on one of your videos though. You also bought another detector, didn't you? Because you didn't do the unboxing. It was more like a magic trick, and it appeared.
He's fancy. He's real fancy with those editing skills.
Yeah.
Not as fast. Yeah, I went. I had started doing a little water detecting at a swimming hole or local creek, and I had taken Mama, and Mama was hunting with the Ace 400. Well, she wouldn't get too far away from the bank or the edge of the water because she was afraid of dropping it and it not being waterproof. That would be the end of it.
Yeah.
So then the Simplex came out, and I got to looking at the Simplex and a lot of the different features of the Simplex. And I thought this would be a great detector to buy her so that she'll have her a waterproof detector and she can come water hunting with me.
Yeah.
So,
Nice. So how are you finding the Simplex? Is it because I hear good things about it, that it's actually a decent detector for especially at the entry level. How are you actually finding using it?
Yeah, I find it very easy to use. That Garrett Ace 400, I like that one, like starting out. But once I won a Simplex at the Florida Hunt 6, I won one like 2 weeks after he bought one. So
Nice.
really excited about that. But once I started using it, like the Ace 400 went in the closet, and I've never really used it again much after. Um, I've really enjoyed it. The target, what how easily it finds a target. I mean, it's very simple to just go over that target, and where it's at, you dig it right up. With that Garrett, I was all over the place trying to find the target, but I've liked it.
I like it
Nice.
too. I found a
So
lot of cool stuff with it.
yeah. So you're using the ATE Pro, JJ. How are you finding that one? Especially now, obviously, the Garrett just released the Apex. Have you any notion to become an Apex when it comes out for sale?
I,
To go to the
I
multi
want.
frequency?
I would love to have one, but Steve Moore, the what is he, vice president of marketing, was on a podcast, and he kind of alluded to the fact that they may be coming out with a maybe a multi-frequency waterproof machine.
Yeah.
So I was just about to hit the button to purchase the Apex, and I said, well, I might ought to hold off and just hang on to my money for a while and see what else happens. Because if they come out with a multi-frequency waterproof equivalent of the AT Pro,
Yeah.
I'll probably buy one.
Go for that one instead. Nice.
Yes.
I like it. So, yous are obviously from Mississippi in the United States. So, what's the rules on metal detecting over there? Because obviously in the UK, all land is owned. You know what I mean? So you have to seek permissions before you go into any land at all. But I notice watching a lot of the detectors from the United States, they detect on walkways and other people's gardens and stuff. So what's the rules on your detecting and the laws?
Well, as far as the walkways, the sidewalk strips, uh, those are usually on the public right of way, on the road right of way.
Yeah,
Where most people, well, will do that kind of detecting and stay out of people's yards, unless they do have permission um, to hunt in fields or hunt on anybody's property. Of course, you have to have permission over here as well. Now, like city parks or county-owned land or public-owned land, you don't necessarily have to have permission to hunt those.
yeah,
The state parks, though. You cannot.
I think it's some state parks, maybe you can. I know the federal lands, you can't detect on federal land if you're detecting for what they call historical resources. And I think that's one of the catch-alls is because there's really no real distinct definition of what a historical resource is. There is a clause in the federal laws that says that you can go to like federal beaches and stuff like that and you can detect for, change or jewelry or stuff that people have lost. But then again, with those, you still have to be careful and make sure you talk to somebody before you actually go out there and do some detecting.
Okay. So do you get like permits or anything like that you have to carry, or?
Not in Mississippi now, unless you are hunting on federal property. Now, if you are hunting on federal property, most of the time you do have to have a permit.
Right, got you.
A lot of red to have to go through in order to get it.
I got it. And do you have like insurances as well for your hobby metal detecting, or is there no insurance for the hobby? Because in the UK we've got what we call a couple of, shall we say, insurance brokers that you can get insurance that will cover you for any mishaps or accidents on farmers' permissions.
I've never even heard of that.
No.
No. Okay. That's not so bad then. Yeah. So do you have permission wise? Is your permission land is in farmland, or is it folks' yards and stuff mainly?
I have some that are in people's yards, but a lot of mine are in fields or farmland or pasture land or something where cows graze or whatever. Is mostly old home sites. That's our biggest thing. That's what we like to hunt is old home sites.
Yeah.
I do a lot of park digging. There was a local park. A lot of my recent videos that have been coming out are from a local ball field that is fairly old. And I found a lot of old cool stuff there until they locked it down after COVID.
Yeah. So when you talk about the old home sites, is that like old derelict houses or sites of a certain age that goes back?
Yeah, well, when I say old, it's not what you guys would call old, of course.
Yeah.
I'm talking home sites from the 1800s and early 1900s.
Yeah.
That's old. Some of them, the structure may still be there, but for the majority of them, the structure's gone. And that's a lot of the fun for me is to find like the old home site on a map and then go in and use my detector to pinpoint where the home site was.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the fun of me. I mean, I enjoy finding stuff, but just to confirm, I've done this research and I see that this house is on this map, and then I can go there, and the landowner gives me permission to go in there.
Yeah.
And some of the landowners don't even know that there was a house there at one time.
Ah.
So then I start pulling stuff out of the ground and putting it in their hands, and they're standing there with their jaw dropped down, saying, "Oh my goodness, I never knew this was here."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you obviously the history of the United States is different from the United Kingdom, and your history doesn't go as far back as in coinage, etc., and stuff like that. But you do have obviously Native Americans and stuff like that. Do you ever do any of the looking? Because you see a lot of folk that go looking for arrowheads. Obviously, they're not common, but they are like a little bit more down riverbanks and stuff like that. Do you ever go looking for the older stuff like that at all?
I haven't done it since I was a kid.
Have you not?
Haven't done it since I was a kid. I had a lot of stuff like that. I had a lot of arrowheads and shark's teeth and stuff like that from whenever I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I couldn't where any of that stuff is today.
Nice. Yeah, we find shark's teeth and that on our beaches. Like sometimes you might be lucky enough to find a few shark's teeth in that. Arrowheads, not so much. I think I was on one dig when somebody dug up an arrowhead, or not dug up an arrowhead. Sorry, they spotted it while detecting, and it was in pristine condition. It's the coolest thing I think I've seen that old. Like it was. I think that was his days detecting done. Like, and that was a nice eyes only find. So it's pretty cool, like.
That's cool.
We have a permission now where we're digging on an old home site, and we know the home. We don't know how long the home was there,
Yeah.
but we do. The home burned in the early 1940s or mid 1940s. But the homeowner there, or the landowner, it's his grandparents' property. But he has an old axe head, a stone axe head that he found out in the same area where we're detecting at now. It's an Indian artifact. It's really neat, really neat.
Yeah, that sounds neat. We get, what is it, Iron Age bronze axe heads. They're obviously a bit rare to come across. That's on my bucket list to find. But
So mine too.
yeah, I've not found it. I've seen a few nice ones come up though, and they're pretty neat as well. Like, to be fair, but when you're looking at and you're out detecting, obviously, as we say, coinage and that doesn't go that far back. Do you still get silver content in your coins and general circulation?
In general circulation, every now and then you can. Every now and
Yeah.
you'll one because dimes and quarters, everything pre 1965, so 1964,
Yeah.
back are 90% silver. We only, as far as silver nickels, what we call the war nickels, the
Yeah.
World War II, from 1942 to 1945 are 30% silver. But what's cool about those is I've seen several people lately find the 1942s that were not 30% silver. So they made a certain amount of nickels up until they started making the silver ones, and that's really cool.
Yeah, I've seen a few, like, because obviously coin rolling in the US is quite big, and you see them looking for all the rare coinage and shall we say the mints as well. But that I find that pretty cool. When you're detecting as well, what is it you prefer finding? Obviously, history in a whole, but do you prefer finding coins, or are you more relic? You like the relic-y sort of stuff?
I'm not very good with the coins. The only coins I find are like modern pennies and yeah, and probably, uh, beer bottle tops,
Yeah.
pool tap. Those are the kinds of things that I find. I think the neatest things I guess the things that I enjoy finding most are the mason jar tops, the with the is it porcelain in the middle. We're starting the collection of those that we're gonna make something out of for the house. But I mean, other than that, I'm not very good at this sport.
Yeah.
It's more like, hey Jay, come look at this. What is this? That kind of thing.
But I like digging the home sites and finding the things that the people who had previously lived there, what they left, the old bottles and just like little random knickknacks here and there, that just look cool, or I think that's fascinating.
Yeah, buckles, thimbles. I like the relics.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not going to pass up on a coin, of
No.
course. I love coins too. But if I had to say my absolute favorite, it's going to be the relics. Like just like I said, the buckles, thimbles, just stuff that more personal to the people who live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the little spoons with the initials in them.
Yes.
I found an old iron. What
One of the old irons.
Yeah, it was an iron.
The one that you sit on, like the fire, heat up to actually iron.
Set on the stove, the wood burning
Yeah.
stove to heat it up.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was probably the coolest find like recently that I've made.
Yeah. And then one of my favorite finds is a watch fob. I love finding stuff like that.
Yeah.
Button. I love finding buttons. Those things are so cool.
Yeah. Looking back as well, when on some of your videos and other detectorist videos from the US, buttons is like, shall we say, you get a lot more excited over buttons than a lot of people do in the UK, because you hear them like, oh, it's another button. But over in America, you get quite excited with the buttons.
Yeah, I enjoy them.
Yeah. Do you find obviously the ones that I've seen come up are generally like a coppery or brass. Do you find many silver buttons over there?
I don't see many being found, and I definitely haven't found any.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, because we've got what we call library buttons, and a lot of them in the UK are actually silver, and it's like the home crest of the family or depicts on the button, and it's distinguished to that family, so it's pretty cool. Like, to be fair, like I do like finding them.
Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't mind finding one of those either.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Nice. So, what would you say for each of these? What is your most memorable find, and why is it your most memorable? Not necessarily the best find, just the most memorable finding it.
Uh, just off the top of my head, I know this isn't the greatest find ever, but one day we were out. I think we were in the county above us. It was really hot that day, and the kids were there. But I remember there was like a whole spill of dimes. It was just like dime after dime after dime. Like somebody lost their piggy bank right here in the middle of the parking lot, and I had to pick up all these dimes. I mean, I wasn't complaining, but there was a lot of them, and like just like a 1 foot little small area. So that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Did you find any rare dimes in there?
Absolutely not. I'm not lucky. I'm not lucky with it. I get what I get, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think that's most detectors, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, and if I have to say my most memorable find is the first thing that comes to my mind is a World War II era coat button that I found while metal detecting around where my grandparents' home, or at least where they lived when I was growing up.
Yeah.
My grandfather was in the Army during World War II and was actually in the process of being shipped overseas whenever he got sick. So he actually didn't go into battle, but they sent him back home. He never got to fight. But when I was digging on his property, of course, there again, this is another property where the home is gone. It's been sold and moved away. But just detecting around out there in the yard, I found that coat button, and that's like it may not have been my grandfather's, but to me it was.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it. Everything that you find, I enjoy finding history, and just little relics like that, little knickknacks as well, because everything that you find has a story to tell, and it's been lost for how many ever years, and you've just uncovered it and brought it back to light, potentially to be shown off again, and let it tell a little bit more stories. That's the way I see it. But it's always good to hold them in your hand, I find. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is. It's interesting to think about, because some of these home sites we go to, we don't necessarily know who lived there. We know like a family member of, of the people who lived there. So whenever we find something, I think, okay, well, who in the family did this belong to? Or, what is this silver spoon? Whose initial is this for? And that iron, I'm thinking, who was over that iron for hours and
Yeah.
hours? Because
Uh, do you watch the? Obviously, you probably will. Because he's that big. Aqua Jigger.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
I was.
I seen one of his, and he kind of like that. He went to an old um, farmstead or housestead, and it was actually Patsy. I think it was Patsy Cline's or something's old house as she grew up, and he was going around just looking. He's like, "This might be hers. This might be." And I was just
yeah,
Yeah,
laughing. I thought it was brilliant. I was like, "Yeah, that's definitely looks like fun."
would have been saying
and a lot of the fun of digging relics is the research. I mean,
Yeah,
I can't. How many times I've been out on a site digging, and I want to stop. Part of me wants to stop and come back home and get on the computer and start doing research, and then the other part of me is
that.
like, no, keep going. You might find something else.
yeah.
But
See,
I'm excited about it.
yeah, that is another part of the hobby, isn't it? That your detecting doesn't stop on the field. Once you come home, you've got to go and research what you find. You're like, oh, who owned this? Or if it's silver, or you're looking at hallmarks trying to find where it was made and who has it now, etc. So yeah, definitely the research is fun, but at the same time you're always learning. So I find that quite useful way as well. Uh, with detecting as well? Do you do a lot of out of state or out of your county? Do you go further afield a lot detecting?
We do go out of the county a good bit. We've got a few permissions in the county that's south of us. We've got a few permissions in the county that's directly north of us. And I grew up in the county north of that county. So I have a lot of family up there. So we go up there and detect. And my mom, she's on a piece of property. They just got rid of the house that was on that property. And that house was built in the 1890s. So I've had a lot fun detecting around that place too. That's where I found my first ever barber coin, was in my mom's front yard.
So when you mention barber coin, can you just explain a little bit more for us in the UK what the barber coin was specific with that? Because I hear a
Oh,
lot asking about, or not asking, but oh, I found a barber or a seated liberty and standing liberty and stuff.
it was a 1911 barber dime, and they called it a barber dime because I can't remember the guy's first name, but I want to say his last name was Barber, was the guy that designed it.
Ah,
But
right, got you.
it's got Lady Liberty on it. Most of our earlier silver coins
Yeah,
and even pennies have some form of Lady Liberty on the coin.
right, got you. Have you found any of the silver coins, big nice ones? Because I see a lot of people get excited with like the half dollar, silver half dollars, or dollars that come up. Have you found any of them yourself? By the looks of your face there, that's a bucket list of possibly.
Yes, I've never even found a $half, even a clad $half. So, but yes, a silver $half would really be an awesome find for me. The only silver coins I've ever found is quarters. I found a few war nickels, and I found a few silver dimes.
Ah, got you. Do you? And another coin that gets he's excited over in America is the Spanish reals. 8 reals, is it?
Any real over here will get somebody excited. I tell you,
Yeah,
if they don't get excited over a real, they're in the wrong hobby.
yeah. So what? How far back does your real go? And what era or year are you looking at roughly about with the reals? Is that
Well,
about
most
1700s?
Yeah, 1700s. Most of them are 1700s. I don't know that I've ever seen a 1600 real. Maybe I have. It's, I watch so many videos. I know I've never found one, and I've never been around anybody who's found one. Now we did have a guy found a half real at one of the organized hunts we went to in Florida.
Yeah,
Uh, so I got to see it. I actually got to hold it in my hand. So that was
n-
pretty cool.
nice. So it wasn't a matter of fact getting a picture of it saying, "Look what I could have found." Nice. I do like them, but you've just mentioned organised digs as well. And over about your area or in the US, is there a lot of organised digs? Is there a lot of clubs that do them for these?
Yeah, there's quite a few organized hunts that go on over here. Some of them are what they call seated hunts, and that's where they go out and they'll take like most of them will do it by the pound,
Okay.
and some do it by the coin. But they'll take X number of pounds of silver coins out and plant them in the ground.
That's the kind of hunt I want to do next.
They go out and they plant them in the ground, and then you get a certain amount of time to go out and detect and find the coins, and what you find you keep.
Ah, nice. And how old are they coins normally? Are they decent coins as in that you want to find or
They're just silver coins. You talking about Mercury dimes, which is Winged Liberty. If
yeah,
you that Winged Liberty dimes, uh, Roosevelt dimes, just silver dimes, silver quarters, and stuff like that.
yeah. That sounds
Usually,
really good for especially for like the kids as well, for to go out and get into the hobby as well to get them started, I think as well.
yeah. I mean, it's just like a fun time to just go out there and how many can I find? They're there. It's not
Yeah,
like they're looking for something that may be there. So a lot of people, especially older people who've been in the hobby a lot longer, some of them don't necessarily care for the seated hunts. I've never been to a seated hunt. I might would want to try it, but the organized hunt that we've gone to is it's not a seated hunt. So you going out there just actually hoping you might find some sort of piece of history in the ground.
Nice. So these organised digs as well. Obviously, because you do like or yard detecting is quite big. Is it organised in fields, as in farmland, or do some of them actually contain like maybe a street is so many yards that you can go in and detect?
Most of the seeded hunts are usually in a private field or in a park. Some
Yeah.
of them are done on beaches. But the non-seeded hunts, most of the time they're on a private piece of property in a field or in the woods or somewhere. And they'll have like a promoter or one person that puts it all together,
Yeah.
and then people pay to come in and hunt.
I like it. It's kind of similar to our organised digs over here, except we don't seed. We don't have like seeded hunts. We do on big
You guys
organised.
don't hunt.
Yeah, that's true. We do, but we do like token hunts. So they'll grid off an area and put tokens in, especially in bigger events. And it's normally a token, and certain tokens will give you a prize, like maybe a detector or a pinpointer or something like that. But I think you've got to pay for them as well to go into the token hunts as well. Like, but we don't. I don't think we see it with coins to keep for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really the way here, to be fair. So with that and the coins and stuff, what would you say is your most or your best find? What do you treasure most that you've found?
I've never found silver. Of course, I've never found gold. I think the oldest coin that I've ever found was a wheat penny. I know, it's so exciting. Don't calm down. I know it's so exciting for you. But I mean, that's where I'm at. I'm still working on it. JJ here, he's found a few pieces of silver, but I'm still trying to find mine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of probably, like I said, I don't pass up the coins. I like the coins, but the relics are my favorite. So when you think about that, probably my favorite coin find, it's going to be a toss up between two. It's probably going to be either my first Mercury dime, which for the longest time that was my white whale. I couldn't find a Mercury dime for nothing.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget when I found my first one, and it was 1920. And then my other one would be the 1911 dime that I found in my mom's front yard.
Nice, I like it. As well as that, see, I've noticed that when folk are detecting over there as well, obviously you get where they go out for the day just detecting, but there's ones that actually go out looking for, I think it's like campfires with the old Civil War era and stuff like that. Have you ever done anything like that?
I have not. No, I have not. That's kind of been one of the things that I have really wanted to do is do some Civil War relic hunting. And we've got a couple of places lined up. It's just hadn't worked out to where we can actually get out there and do the hunting.
So what would you say you would like to find most for the Civil War era then?
Well, most anybody would want to find a belt plate or a box plate or a breastplate. But I mean, right now I would settle for a bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of the breastplates come up on a couple of the videos, but there's also a button that really gets some excitement from that era. I can't remember what it's called though, but it's like got all the stars. I think it's is it a Washington button or something? Where it's got like all the different stars around about it and.
You talking about a George Washington button?
Yeah.
GW button, as some would call them. Yeah, those are more of I almost want to say more colonial than anything. But
Yeah.
if I understand it right, because we don't have a lot of history like that in our area, so I'm not really well versed on that.
Yeah.
But if I understand it correctly, that those are buttons that were made and passed out when George Washington was inaugurated as the first president of the
Yeah.
United States.
So they're quite sought after then.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people would love to have one of those for sure.
Yeah, because that's it's kind of fun when you see them dig it and how excited people get over like these kind of buttons and obviously the Civil War stuff as well. The 3-ring bullets and stuff like that. They love finding them. Have you found anything like that at all?
No,
Mm,
no, we have not. I mean, the Civil War stuff. I mean, our I guess our country's history really go back, very far, just a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
So anything like that we find over here, it's going to be exciting for,
yeah.
anyone to have that, little piece of history. I would probably cry if I ever found anything like breastplate or even probably a 3-ringer bullet from the Civil War. I would probably cry because, I love history and having something like that would be incredible.
And the thing that I think about, if I was to dig those Civil War bullets, just to hold that in your hand, and
Yeah.
you have to, especially if it was a dropped bullet, you go, how did this guy drop this?
Mm-hmm.
What was going through his mind whenever he dropped this? What caused him to have to drop it? Was he being chased? Was he being shot at? Was he
Yeah.
knocked down to the ground? Those are the kind of things that go through my mind whenever I think about those pieces of history that's out there like that.
So when you mentioned about obviously the Civil War and things like that, and it not being necessarily near where you are, is there a specific area in the US or coast down the certain coast that you'll find the Civil War era?
Well, we've had some Civil War activity, a limited amount in the county south of us,
Yeah.
and that's most of that's on private land, uh, which we don't have access to. And there was a lot of it to our east, which a good friend of mine is supposed to have a permission over there, which we're going to try to get to it eventually. But now that it's got so stinking hot, it's
Yeah.
hard to go out there and go trampling around in the woods as hot as it is right now.
Yeah. That, that was going to be another question. The temperatures that used over beside you get really hot, and the humidity levels get quite high. So how do you cope with detecting that heat? Because detecting isn't, shall we say, um, an easy exercise in the sense, yeah, you just detect. Obviously, you build up a wee bit of sweat, but never mind in that heat alone, actually digging holes and stuff. How do you find it?
It's difficult for me because when I go out into the woods, I don't wear shorts when I go out in the woods because I'm worried about ticks and other things and
Snakes.
snakes and briars and all that stuff. So I usually wear pants,
Yeah.
and that makes it much more difficult. And then you get soaking wet, drenched with sweat. So I only do about 2 or 3 hours when I do go out in the summertime.
But he tries to go out first thing in the morning as the sun is rising.
Yeah, when the sun's coming up, I'm usually out detecting. And
Nice.
when the sun starts getting high, I'm headed to the house.
Yeah, the middle of the day from what, like 11 to 2, that's the hottest part of the day here. So you definitely want to be somewhere where, I mean, not stuck outside, that's for sure.
That's why here lately I've been doing a lot of detecting in the water.
Right. Got you. So how are you finding detecting in the water at the moment?
It's a lot more refreshing, but you dig a lot of trash.
Yeah.
But a few coins here and there, and maybe a little bit of jewelry. But you don't tend not to find a whole lot of historic stuff in the waters around here.
Aye.
But But it gets you out of the house, and it's something to do, and maybe pick up a little bit of change along the way.
Nice. Do you get do you get a lot of rivers your way? Because I see on some of them, obviously the videos from America, that they use the rivers as a leisure. Normally sitting in like big donut blown up inflatables, and then just glide down the river. Do you have any of the rivers near you?
Talking about on the boat?
Talking about doing inner tubing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a park not far from us that does a lot of the tubing, kayaking, canoeing, stuff like that. Yes,
Yeah.
but we haven't been.
Have you that? No, because you see a lot of them go in and then search that waterways after at the end of the day picking up all their items, or the amount of
Yeah,
sunglasses and
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's basically what I do whenever I go to the creeks.
Hmm.
Around here, a lot of people go to the creeks and they hang out at the creek and they barbecue and they just hang out with their kids. They play football in the creeks. They throw balls around and just play and have a good time. And I'm usually down there the next morning picking up what they dropped while they was there.
yeah, and they're picking up a bit of their trash as well. They're at
A,
Yeah.
home.
a
Yes.
lot of it.
Nice. Have you found anything nice from what they've dropped? Mobile phone or anything like that? Is that and had an opportunity to return the item back to them or anything like that?
We go down there and we clean up all of their trash, basically. These people do understand, human, what the
Take
proper thing
take it with you when
is
you
for a
leave.
human to do. So we go down there and we clean it up. But I haven't found anything like
We
that.
haven't found anything that was basically returnable. That's kind of always been something that I wanted to do, not water detecting, just metal detecting at a local park. I
Yeah.
found an aluminum uh, tag off of a key, like a key ring tag, and did a little research on it. And it didn't go back, it only went back to the 1990s. But
Yeah.
guy that I'm friends with here in town, his dad used to own a car lot, and he had sold the car lot, but they didn't keep anything from the car lot when they sold it.
Ah.
So when I posted a picture of that tag on Facebook, Facebook blew up. Everybody's like, "Oh my goodness, where did you find that? I'd love to have that. Do you want to sell it?" So I was able to return it to the son of the guy who owned the car lot.
Ah, see, that's nice. Did you put that one on one of your videos as well?
Yeah, it did, but I don't think it's come out yet. I'm way behind on videos. My videos that are coming out now
Yeah.
are from, I think the last one that came out was like March the 1st.
Yeah. So you've got a fair few then. So when you make your videos and that, who does the editing? Is it yourself or Melanie? Do you do a bit of the editing as well?
No, sir, I do not.
I do it all.
I help video here and there. I'll help with, announcements or a mail call or anything that has to do with the computer technology, editing, anything like that. That's all JJ, and he does a really good job of it. I hate this part, but he stresses himself out over it, and he is constantly, not constantly, but a lot of the time he's on edge about it, having to make sure that this is on time and that he has this done, and that this video gets sent out when it's supposed to. But he does a really good job at it, and I think it shows on our
Yeah.
videos.
It does. They are good videos. So you're a little bit of a perfectionist then, Gigi.
He said it. I didn't.
Uh,
That'll be a yes then.
I've been accused of it.
Nice. Yeah.
I mean, it's all right.
Yeah. I think to be fair, I think I'm a worst critic because I'll put maybe a video out or I'll create something and then I'll watch it back and I'm like, nah, I'm not happy with that. And folk are like, yeah, that's okay. And I'm like, nah, I'm not happy with that. And I keep going back to try and fix it. You know what I mean?
He does that too. When we're filming an announcement or a mail call, we will literally start over about 4 or 5 times because he said something wrong or the kids are playing at the table and moving the camera or whatever. So I know exactly what you mean, but I always tell it, I'm like, it does not matter. Just push it out there. This is not ABC News. We do not need it to be perfect. Just push it out into the world.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think you notice it in one of your videos. in the sense of what you're saying there, because I think it might have been the one with the simplex, one of your mail calls, and I think it was Shell Bell that was actually beside you, and you're like, yeah, we're not doing this again because I've opened it now. So, and you were just like, that's the final cut because I've opened the mail, so we're not opening that again. I'm like, that's brilliant.
I can't tell you how many times I've opened mail and
Had to reopen it.
well, I've opened the mail and gone through the entire mail call, and I get up and walk around to the camera, and the battery has died.
Yeah,
And
I've got to laugh because, in the matter of fact, I remember now, it was a card. It was an envelope with a card, and you had coins in it. They sent you all the different pennies, and it was sat there, and
yes,
you're like, I hope I don't have to do this again because I'm not sealing these back into the card. And I was just laughing. I was like, that is brilliant. That's really like it.
That's every single mail call. You know, it gets shut down. It gets done over. I mean, over and over again. Envelopes are falling to pieces because they've been sealed and reopened 100 times. But it's okay. We like it.
I've gotten to the point where the mail calls, it is what it is.
Yeah, just let it go. Let it go out into the world.
I like it. That's good support right there for you. I like it. So you done when you first started as well, man. You were actually the shall we say the camera woman for him, weren't you? So you actually done the filming for JJ originally at the start, was it? The
Was it?
videos.
Yeah, you did a little bit of filming, running the camera.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whenever we first got started.
Yeah, I like being behind the camera and getting the perfect shot of him, finding his target and digging up his target.
Now who's the perfectionist?
I like being behind the camera, making sure that the picture is good and that everybody can see it all and and see what he's doing and see what he has, and I enjoy doing that.
Yeah, it is good. Like, so how long was it before you actually stepped in front of the camera? When you started detecting, because when your channel first came out and you first started your YouTube channel, obviously you were behind the camera filming JJ. So how long was it before you actually, shall we say, because I don't know if it was due to confidence or because a lot of folk are shy standing in front of the camera. So how long did it take?
Yeah, I am still pretty shy, but it didn't take very long. I think mainly because we were doing it together, and there's still a lot of things that I don't know about this sport and this hobby. So even getting on this chat with you all, it makes me nervous because I don't know all the lingo. I don't know all the special what is it, all the metal detectors that everybody uses. I just know what I do, what I use, and how I do things. But I think it's because of him that we were together and we can kind of, feed off each other was one reason why I was able to do it. And then once I got to doing it, it was, I mean, it's not a big deal to me now.
Nice, I like it. Yeah, no, but it must be good as well that you've actually got someone with you doing it, if you know what I mean. Because
Hmm.
obviously, a lot of like myself, I detect on my own, but I do go to organised digs because I do like the social aspect of it. But it must be good when you're on the YouTube channel and you have got another with you
Yeah.
to
But
bounce off, shall we say?
yeah, but I mean, every single time he goes out the door with his metal detector, I'm not right there with him. He does a lot of this on his own or with a friend or with a group or however, but I do go sometimes. Whenever he goes early in the morning, forget about it. I'm staying in the bed. But
Roger.
whenever it starts cooling back down and we can go out in the middle of the day, I'll go. Um, but it is what it is.
Nice. So obviously your channel and stuff. What made you or what why did you decide to start your channel? What made you say, well, I'm actually going to start recording this now and create your YouTube channel, or is it something you've always wanted to do as well?
Well, that was the kids. That was the kids' idea, and they left me hanging.
Not
like
entirely.
The kids, that was their idea. They were big into watching YouTube videos and stuff, not necessarily metal detecting videos, but when I started metal detecting, they watching all this YouTube stuff, and they're like, JJ, you should start a YouTube channel. You should start a YouTube channel. And I listened to it for a while, and then finally one day I was like, all right, let's do it. So we filmed our intro right there in the car going down the road.
Mm-hmm.
nice. So, um, with your channel and stuff, and just detecting as a whole, do you enjoy going out as a family all together doing it, or is it only one or two of the kids that come with you at a time to do the hobby?
Yeah, we do. Like, I think no, we didn't detect. We just went and walked a nature trail probably, 2 or 3 weeks ago. We went down a nature trail in our county, and we, swam in the creek, and we didn't do any metal detecting that day. But I mean, it's difficult bringing the entire family because, our 17-year-old doesn't want to do what our 4-year-old is doing. And, it's really difficult to keep everybody
Happy.
yeah, keep them happy, keep them, from fighting and, from running out into the highway. It's a little bit hard sometimes. So, that's why he goes, by himself a good bit of the time. And then when our kids are visiting family, we'll go together. It's very rare that we get out there, all 5 of us.
Nice. Yeah,
But it is.
it must be good family time when you are. It's just to enjoy it, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
A little bit of bonding with the kids. Um, I wish my son would actually stick it a little bit longer. I could take him out with me for the day, but an hour. I like to detect a little bit longer than an hour. Normally it's the whole day I like to be out, like, to be fair.
Yeah.
Um, but as I say, you would never get time to detect if he was out the whole day. You'd just be chasing him around the field with you, trying to get your pinpointer back. You know what I mean?
And that, yes. Yep.
But not too bad. So we've just been, we've been online for just an hour. So what I'm going to do is we'll just go for a short interval break. But before I go for the interval break, I'd just like to say, everybody, please check out the channels that I'll play during the interval break and show the love to each other, and show the love to each other that's in the channel. And thank you for joining us. I'll see you shortly.
Hello all, Aaron here from South Coast Detecting. Now, if you find yourself at a loose end with nothing else to do, I mean absolutely nothing else to do, you're at the point where you're just thinking of pulling out your own teeth just for something to do, then why not head over to my channel, South Coast Detecting, and check it out. I mean, it's not quite as bad as pulling teeth, it's not far off, but it might be entertaining. Check it out, you never know.
Hello, and welcome to our metal detecting channel. Join us on our adventures as we attempt to find some of Britain's lost hidden treasures. We have managed to secure some absolutely breathtaking land and permissions throughout the UK. We are history fanatics, We are always ready. We are Dave and Tom. We are the Detectives.
Phil Griff, El Campo Detectorist here. If it's for you, come and join me on the Costa Blanca, out on the beaches, even up in the mountains. Got some cracking videos to go through. Just pop over to my channel, El Campo Detectorist. If you like, thumbs up, like and subscribe.
Oi, oi! Thanks for coming, nice to see you. Name's Phil, Southeast Detecting. If you want to come and join me, have a look at my channel. I use the Simplex, boom. Loads of finds. I found Viking, Roman, come and check me out. Have a look at my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Come and join me on my adventures, digging around the English countryside, looking for Britain's lost history. Southeast Detecting, be there.
Southeast Detective Productions.
Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope that you pop over and check out the channels that you've just seen. For anybody that's just joined the chat, welcome. And tonight we are joined by JJ and his wife Melanie, who are part of the Detecting Smiths. So I'll bring the Detecting Smiths in. Hello JJ, how are you doing? Back.
I'm good. Good. Mama stepped away. She'll be back in just a minute.
Oh, that's fine, that's fine. But just with the detectives, we were talking about the detecting and different parts as well. So what kind of big events do you have over in the US coast to you, like detecting events? Because obviously we have like Detectiveville and stuff. So what's the equivalent over by yourselves?
Probably one of the closest ones that we have is probably going to be the Florida Hunt series, which we went to one last year, Florida Hunt 6. This year we're planning on going to Florida Hunt 7. I think it's going to be in February, not this year, but next year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hunts that go on up in the Northeast. There's another hunt, I guess one of the closest ones to us is going to be the Garrett. Was it the Garrett Memorial Hunt out in Texas? I can't remember exactly where it's going or was going to be this year, but it got canceled because of COVID. But I'd love to go to that one. And then some friends of mine have one over in Georgia. They did it last year, Diggin Georgia Live, and they were doing Diggin Georgia Live this year. And of course, the coronavirus has got everybody kind of hemmed up. So.
Yeah, we've had the same here. what was it is meant to have happened so far? We were meant to have had Spring Detectival. That was meant to have happened in April. That was cancelled. I was booked on that. And then DetectorCon, which should have been happening this month, about the 23rd and 24th, I think it was, but that got cancelled as well. So everything I seem to book on seems to get cancelled. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be fair. But yeah, the COVID at the moment, shall we say, has put a lot of the events on hold, and we're still unsure for the rest of the year if they're going to go ahead, to be fair.
Another event we like to go to is the American Digger magazines. They have a
relic show
in Chattanooga, or just outside of Chattanooga, in East Ridge, Tennessee. They've been having it up there for several years, but we started going to that and really enjoyed it. We just hadn't been back.
Yeah.
Well, we hadn't been back because we were planning on going this year, but COVID is not going to allow us to do the traveling. But apparently they're still having the show.
Right, nice. I'm just laughing at South Coast Detecting in the chat. He's he's basically saying, "Is there any more? Am I a jinx? Don't book on any others." So I keep getting cancelled. Not too bad. So these events, how big are they? Because obviously, detecting is I would say is fairly big in the UK, but it's also massive in the US. The hobby. So how many actually go to these events at a time? Because I think before when we done the test, we were talking, and you're like, it gets proper jam packed on some of the events. So how many actually go to the events?
The only one we've ever been into was the Florida Hunt 6 last year, and I want to say there was a little over 100 people at that one. Maybe there was supposed to be 200 people there, but the Garrett hunt out in Texas, I hear it pulls several hundred people, and some of the other big organized hunts up in the Northeast will pull several hundred people as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the numbers for our main events like Detectable and things like that, but I think they might be close to 1,000, if not more.
Yeah.
Folk come. It's not just folk from the UK that come to that one though. We've had a couple from the US. The French come across, so folk come all over to actually watch it, and we'll get a couple from Spain as well. So yeah, it's quite a big event. Like, to be fair, I'm a little bit nervous of going on a massive event like that as well, because obviously I don't like, shall we say, when I'm detecting it, I like my space while I'm detecting as well. So obviously, if goodies start coming up, it kind of becomes like a herd. If folk find out that the good stuff's coming up, it can get quite, everybody's starting to hunt the same area type thing. But I just like open space when I'm detecting. You know what I mean?
I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong, I do like the social side of it, especially at the end of the day and stuff like that. I do like shall we say, a small drink. I'm going to say a small drink, as long as the wife's not about. Yeah. Because if she's with me, it is a small drink. But we'll leave that at that one as well. So obviously you've mentioned that you go into the rivers metal detecting and stuff like that. Have you ever thought of doing anything like magnet fishing as well, or that kind of thing?
We have talked about it, and actually, I was in a spot earlier this morning metal detecting underneath or near a bridge, and I was telling the guy that I was with that would be a great place to do some magnet fishing. And we've talked, and maybe that's something we need to do is go ahead and pull the trigger on that one and go ahead and buy us a good magnet and go do some magnet fishing. I'm sure maybe we can get the kids interested in that for a couple of times.
Yeah.
A couple of trips.
Yeah.
It's always the same though, isn't it? It's kind of like detecting as well. For when you look at the videos of the magnet fishing, I think the equation of trash to goodies is the same. You're going to find a lot of trash, that's for sure.
Probably. We'll find everybody's trash. We always do.
Yeah, somebody's got to clean it up.
Yeah, it's all right.
I find watching the videos as well, with magnet fishing though, the trash sometimes can be massive. You don't want to be hauling that up and down the lane as well. Like, to be fair, I've seen fence posts and gates and stuff come out, and it's just like, oof. Do you imagine finding that in the field? You wouldn't want to be dragging that around the field with you.
No.
There's a few of them fence posts. I'd be like, I can repurpose that.
He would.
Yeah, but it's good if you can find stuff like that though, and repurpose it. I know Rachel for the Treasure Bandits, who's in the chat. She's looking at repurposing lead. She's going to try all the lead that she finds, melting it down. I've seen a few others do it as well. Melt down and make nice little trinkets and different little things and try. That looks pretty cool.
I've seen Detector Kel has been doing a little bit of that.
Yeah, I think that's might have been where Rachel got the idea from as well. Like, but it sounds pretty cool. Like, because normal lead just goes in the bin or it goes to the scrap dealer. You know what I mean? Or there's a lump of lead. But to actually repurpose it and become something useful again, that's pretty cool. Like, you can't beat it. Well, we've got that. Yeah, bucket lists. Have you got a bucket list? Obviously, not a massive one. So if you have, what would be your top 5, and why is that in your top 5?
I don't necessarily have a written down bucket list. You know, I have these things that I would love to find, and I found some things, and I'll pull them out of the ground, and I'll go, ho ho, it's a bucket lister that never was on the bucket list, but now.
Yeah, I like it. So what have you found that was never on the bucket list, and you went, no, I found that. That's a bucket lister.
My watch fob was probably the one, the watch fob. I found a thimble. I've never really had a thimble on my per se bucket list, but I found a thimble hunting an old home site not too long ago, and it was crushed, of course, but it had a campaign slogan on it. I think it said, "Vote for Morgan for sheriff."
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that is cool, because I knocked out kind of 2 things at one time, because I got the thimble and I've got the advertisement piece, because I like finding advertisement stuff.
So that is quite. They are quite nice. I've got on mine, not the top 5, further down the list, but I've got a silver thimble. I would like to find one of them. I found a few squished copper or tinned type thimbles, but one of the ones I would like to find as well is what we call a beehive, a really old thimble that kind of looks like the old shaped beehive. I'd like to find one of them. That seems to have a bit age to it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I want to know, what is the oldest thing you have ever found?
The oldest thing I've found? My Roman coins. I've found
Really?
2. Yeah. I don't know if you can see them.
No big deal. Got 2 Roman coins in my worn down next to me.
Yeah, it sounds, and it may sound like that to yourselves, because obviously the way the history goes in our countries. But I've got like 2, but there'll be folk in the chat that I've got like a box full, an absolute box full of them. It's more to do with areas, kind of like yourselves, states that obviously have got certain histories, certain counties, especially down England, certain counties where Roman activity and their campsites were a lot more people around. They find a lot more in their fields and stuff. I'll see if I can locate it. It's in here.
A lot of those areas were more densely populated during the Roman times.
Yeah. I don't know if you can. I'll probably put it on that camera because that'll pick it up better.
I can't see it. A little bit more.
Move it to your left.
Hold on. I'll switch off the light. See that? Oh, hell. Hold on. This doesn't work with it.
Let's see it over here.
Oh, okay, I see.
Right. So if I put the light on for you.
That is really cool. That is cool stuff.
Yeah, but that's I would say that's a pretty worn one, to be fair. But some of them find them in absolute stunning details where it comes up with all the detail on it, the head, all the writing around it. It's absolutely stunning. Some of them, like, to be fair. That's on my bucket list, to find a well detailed Roman coin. That would be nice. Yeah.
So much awesome stuff. I watch those videos and I see all those hammered coins and stuff, and I'm just, my mouth waters whenever I see you guys pull one of those out.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been detecting 9 years, and I've only ever found seven of them. But like I say, down south, folk find them near enough every week. You know what I mean? It's absolutely tremendous. Yeah.
We're coming one day over there, okay? That is like our ultimate goal, 100% in the UK, detecting somewhere. I don't care.
And when you talk about bucket list, that's probably the ultimate bucket lister there, is for us to come over there and do some detecting.
Oh, you're more welcome to come over to the UK, definitely. But yeah, I've seen a couple of them. Obviously, a few of the bigger ones, YouTubers like Nugget Noggin and stuff like that. Them coming over to the UK and finding them. I think they found a few hammers and stuff like that as well. I think one of them found actually a gold, to be fair, and just to see the excitement and bouncing around it that they found it. Just the fact that you don't get it in the US, and I'm just sitting like, oh, I've never found gold, and they found gold down it, and I'm like, oh. But it's good to see. I don't mind, to be fair, in the sense I enjoy watching this kind of stuff come up and other folk finding it as well. So I don't necessarily have to find it. I just enjoy watching other people find it, and if you get to hold it, even better. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I see South Coast Detecting in the chats saying, come to the Detectable. I'd love to come to Detectable. And I think it was Treasure Bandits was asking how to get a hold of a couple of our stickers. Our email address is in the About section of our page, and it should be in the description of every one of our videos. So if anybody wants a sticker, just go to our email address that's in the description of any of our videos and shoot us an email, and we'll be glad to get you a sticker.
Nice, yeah. Definitely go and check out the Detecting Smiths and show them the love as well. Yeah. Do you give away a lot of your stickers at the moment? Do you find that a lot of folk want your stickers as well in the US? Is it because over here it's kind of, I would say it's between the YouTubers, it seems to be everybody wants. It's kind of like Pokemon. You want to collect them all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just want a big collection.
I like getting stickers in the mail and seeing everybody just designs and their take on their logos and I like it.
I've got quite a collection of stickers, and I put some of them on my case. I've got a little case that I keep all my camera equipment in, and I put them on there. And then recently I bought a new digging tool, a shovel. I bought one of the grave digger shovels, and because it's got flat sides on it, I lined that whole thing up. So I've got a bunch of stickers all over my shovel too. But of course, they get beat up and banged around, so I'll have to take them off and replace them, put some fresh ones on there.
Nice, I like it. Yeah, I put mine on one of my fines cases. I don't know if you can see it, but I normally just it's hiding in there. There you go. But normally stick them on there. My background doesn't like it, but
I don't know if I'm sending any stickers yet.
We'll send you some.
I gotta send you some stickers.
no problem. I'll send you some of mine across as well, and I'll send you a couple of wee pin badges too.
Okay.
Decent. But
Roman coins in there as well.
And a matter of fact, I actually do have 3 Roman coins. Hold on 1 second, is it here?
No, there's 3. Giving him a hard time. Am I giving him too much of a hard time?
One of the cleaning pencils that you can buy sets. they send you over a crudded Roman coin so you can practice with your cleaning pencil so you don't damage your own finds. So yeah, I'll have a look and I'll see about sending you one across as well, so you can add that to your collection.
Apparently,
That's
all pencils.
they are actually quite good, actually, the cleaning pencils as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen them. It's Digger's Den Tyson Fury. It's in the chat. He's sponsored by them as well. But they are decent pencils, definitely. I would recommend using them, especially for bronze coins, not silver and gold. Apparently, on it warns you not to use them with silver and gold, so scrape it or damage it. I'm guessing, just to be their composite built together. But going on to your detecting videos as well, your videos, what do you use for recording? Obviously, you mentioned that you've got a case with recording equipment. Because obviously I do mine on like my phone. Do you use cameras and your phone, or?
Yeah, I've got a small HD camera. I was using my phone whenever I first started out, but I had one of those screen protectors on my phone that was tinted, like a privacy. But when you're out there in the sunlight, you can't see your screen, so I couldn't see what I was looking at. So I bought one of those small 4K cameras. It's kind of like a GoPro, but it's not a GoPro. I think off Relic Recovery, he's in the chat, or was earlier. He calls it a No Pro. So
I like that, a No Pro. That's decent. I do like that. So when it comes to editing as well, how do you what software do you use? Because some of the YouTubers do everything by their phones. They actually record by their phone, they edit by the phone, and then obviously publish. Do you do the same, or do you upload it to a laptop and then use a software to do it that way?
I have an external hard drive that I store all my clips on, all
Yeah.
my photographs. When I go out and go detecting, when I get in, I got a certain place I put everything, and then I'll download all my footage onto that external hard drive. And then I think I use Shotcut software,
Okay.
and I will upload everything into the software, and that's where I do all my editing in the Shotcut software. And when I'm done, I save it back to the external hard drive until it's ready to be published to YouTube.
Ah, right. How do you find the editing side? Obviously, we've talked about that you're slightly perfectionist when it comes to how many times do you have to edit your film? As in, when you look at it and you go, no. How many hours do you spend actually editing one video?
It all depends. I try to, when I'm in the field filming, I try to think about editing while I'm filming, so to try to cut out a lot of stuff. But it takes several hours for one video. And I bought a computer. The computer is not as up to par as I would like, so it's a little slower than I would like. So I'm going to have to get another computer, but sometimes the software will lock the computer up, so then I'll lose everything because it'll shut down.
Yeah.
And then I got to start all over again. So that's what's aggravating. It's time then. When that happens, that's when I get up and go get a drink, a small drink.
Is that an alcoholic drink, or is it coffee?
It's either a coffee or a bourbon, one of the two.
Nice. So you're a bourbon drinker.
From time to time.
Do you like whiskey?
It depends.
Nice. Because I was when I was over, and I found it funny because one of them was one of the Americans was a whiskey drinker, and the other one was a bourbon drinker, and it was funny hearing them both go at each other about no, that arguing about who drinks the best and stuff like that. It was quite amusing. I was just like, they know just both the same thing, more or less. You know what I mean?
They're pretty much most the same thing. They just, you can get a better class and a lower class.
Yeah, I think when I was over, what was it? I think it was the bourbon Firecracker. Is it called Firecracker? It's like a cinema-based.
Fireball.
That's it. Fireball. That was nice. I like
I
that.
don't drink that stuff.
Do you know? I do like it. It was nice. But we're not going how much of that we drunk anyway. But it is good. Yeah, I might have landed in a few states. It's not good. Walking. So when you're out detecting, it was good to hear as well that you mentioned that you wear long trousers because snakes and stuff like that. Have you ever come across anything like that? Because as much as I wouldn't mind coming across and detecting the US, I'm kind of feared that everything over there in the times that you go over, everyone wants to attack you and bite you. You know what I mean? Or eat you. So I'm just like, no.
Yeah, the poisonous ones are vicious. They'll come after you.
I wear snake boots when I'm in the woods metal detecting in the summertime,
Yeah.
but I've never come across a snake in the woods while metal detecting. I'll come across them all the time when I'm fishing, but I've never come across them when I'm metal detecting.
Oh, you're not? No. That's good to know. So have you had any fears or anything like that of any animals out there that you think I'm not going in that area because of a certain animal or anything like that?
I don't.
No, my biggest fear whenever we're out metal detecting, like we'll wear our headphones, and Jay's always telling me keep one of the ears or one of the what is it called? One of them off of your ear, so you have that ear open to listen around you. So my biggest fear is to have somebody walk up on us when we're not paying any attention, and it did happen to us in Chattanooga. But I mean, everything was okay, but. That's a fear, having somebody walk up on me and me not hear them or know that they are there, especially when we're out in the woods, you know.
Yeah. I've had it once. I don't go into the field over here with cows. I had it once with a cow. I had my earphones on, dinging away, and I didn't realise what they were actually doing behind me. But these cows had a tendency to run towards you, get about 2 feet away from you, and then run away. And it was more the vibration in the ground. You're like, what was that? And you turn around, the thing's about turning. I was like, no, that's me. I'm done. I'm like, oh.
The cows over.
That feel.
As far as I know, the cows that I've come into contact with over here, they come up to you. If you ain't got anything to feed them, they turn around and walk away.
Oh, so they're friendly over there.
Oh yeah, they're very friendly over here. Every now and then you got to worry about the occasional bull, but cows you really don't usually have a problem with. It's just the bulls.
Yeah, I've seen the size of bulls. No, they just scare me looking at them. They're just solid muscle. All of them. Like I'm just like, no, there's no way I'm taking that one.
Alabama, didn't it?
Yeah, my brother-in-law.
I forgot about that.
My brother-in-law's got a few hundred acres, and he runs a bit of a cattle ranch, and it's got several old home sites on it from the 1800s. And we were metal detecting on that, and she had a big bull walk up on her and scared her to death.
Nice. Sorry, I'm laughing at the chat. Rob Random's asking. To ask you, Melanie, which house are you in Hogwarts?
Which one do you think? Gryffindor, of course.
Look, she could sit here and talk. I could sit here and talk metal detecting all night. She could sit here and talk Harry Potter all night.
You a big Harry Potter fan then?
Yes, I am. My office down on the coast, it's dedicated to Harry.
Yeah, I think this is actually my mug she's drinking out of.
Don't be jealous.
Good eye, Rob. Good eye, Rob.
Now, is it when you're talking about what's that? When you're talking about Harry Potter as well, is it Harry Potter that you like, or is it Daniel Radcliffe?
Both. Well, I mean, I like Daniel, but Harry, the story, the whole shebang is, I really, really enjoy it. But Daniel's good.
Who's your best character?
Out of the series, Hermione, of course. mean, of course, the girl with the brains, and you know, the whole. She's the it girl.
She's the it girl. It girl of the wizarding world. I like it. That's not too bad at all. If anybody's got any questions for the Detecting Smiths, please just ask them in the chat and we'll pass the questions on and try and get them answered. Rachel for the Treasure Bandit saying Ron Weasley's good.
Yeah, right. The ginger, he's all right for a ginger.
He's all right for a ginger. Oh. Yeah, you've got I don't. Do you know Rachel for the Treasure Bandits?
I do not.
No, I'll watch her videos.
Yeah, Rachel's a ginger as well, so I think that's why she's clubbing together there. I think.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Oh, who's that? Rob Random saying Snape is the real hero.
No, he is. He is. In the end, he is. You're laughing, but he is.
You tell I don't watch them all.
You don't. And Jamie for the Treasure Bandit saying Rachel's a nutter. So I think. I think both of them are funny nutters together. I think they're brilliant. So with your channel as well as a whole, where do you think or where would you like to see yourselves in say 5 years as a whole? What would you like to have achieved, but in the detecting world as well?
Well, for the most part, I mean, in 5 years, I know I'm going to be swinging a different detector, more updated detector. Maybe even Melanie be swinging a new, more updated detector. I know I want to update our camera equipment and so forth.
Yeah.
And I really want to work on my editing. I know I'm a little bit of a perfectionist at it, but you know, there's always room for improvement. And I've watched some people's videos, and I'm like, my gosh, how did they do that? Mm-hmm. But you know, I'm steady learning and working with it and playing with it constantly. So I want to continue to build on it.
Yeah, I do like some of the editing softwares out there. Currently, at the moment, though, I use Filmora 9. That's the editing software I use for trying to edit my videos. I say try and edit because there's a lot to it, and I've still not sussed out the full software yet and its capabilities. I only use a minority of it, to be fair, for the editing. Because some of it's quite, I find some of it is like quite technical in what you've got to do, and you've got to spend quite a few hours just sussing out on how to put like maybe animations into your video as well. So it's like and then you've got to green screen it or chroma key it so it blends. So yeah, I enjoy learning that though as well. But that's another part of the hobby that I enjoy, if you know what I mean. I enjoy making these videos.
And I've been thinking about down the road, maybe start doing some live streams and so forth, and maybe try to come up with some creative ways to entertain.
Yeah, it is always good, like live streams. But as I says, like with these before we came on as well, I find that it'll be easier if the two of you are together. I'm just trying to see what's that.
Rob's always making everybody laugh.
Yeah. So I take it you know Rob Random as well then.
Oh yes.
Yeah. He's
character.
Yeah. He's got his own way, hasn't he? He's brilliant.
You gotta like.
Yeah. What's he saying? Dobie sent me a sock. Oh yeah. I don't know have you seen that one?
What?
He's Rob Random's Dobie sent him a sock and then he sent it to Rachel and Jamie. Did you watch that video?
No, I didn't. Does he have a video out about Dobby?
Well, it's on. No, it's Rachel and Jamie. They do a mail call and Jamie is absolutely full kitted out with his suit and picks it out the envelope with his tongs because he didn't want to touch Rob's sock.
Yes.
Literally
yes. I watched that video just here recently. Yeah, I was dying laughing.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. But well, this has just been on live now for over an hour and a half. so I'm not going to keep it too much longer, to be fair, because time's obviously moving on. But I just would like to say it has been a pleasure and absolute having you both on board and on tonight.
Thank you for having us. We've had a good time.
Yeah, definitely, and it has been a pleasure to get to know you as well. But I just would like to say to everybody else that's watching as well, thank you very much for tuning in and watching the stream and supporting the Detecting Smiths. And if you want to be a guest, or you know anybody that would like to be a guest, if you just email me, which is at the top of my little screen here, you can see there. If you just email me, and I can get in touch with them and see if they would like to appear. But other than that, everybody, I would just like to say good night, take care, good luck, and happy hunting, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
If I can find how to end it. I'll do it for you this way.